Hey, we're live. We're not live.
We're not live.
We're doing the live, but we're not live.
This is Monday all weekend number 4, just not live.
Just not live.
Yes.
Yeah, couldn't get the stuff together, so we're just doing a regular video for you guys today.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be looking at a couple different things.
Oh, yeah.
What are we looking at?
Some really Dave-centric items.
A lot of Daves.
A lot of Daves today.
More than one.
Yeah, definitely more than one.
Dave, can I just tease some of the Daves? Batista, Chappelle, Dave, Dave.
I really
don't got
thought
any
you were
more
gonna
Daves.
make a pun with Dave Batista.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tease some of the Daves. I was like,
Tease.
oh, he's going to
I was just wondering why he put a hard P on it.
Batista.
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 Bautista with a B. So yeah,
Mr. Bow.
we're gonna be going over some of the SNL stuff that Dave Chappelle said over the weekend. We're also going to hit up Dave Batista trying to get casted in the new Netflix film that they're going to start working on for Gears of War. We're also going to talk about Ana De Armas and her joining the John Wick universe, and maybe a little bit of Netflix Narnia news.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
cool.
I've not
we'll hit
heard
those things up.
anything about the Narnia stuff, so
I
I'm
haven't
curious. I want to see what we've got for that.
So
Well, let's start
Wyatt-
with the Daves.
Yeah. So
Dave,
start with that.
let's go Chappelle first.
Okay.
So David Chappelle said some, interesting stuff. Are we gonna watch this whole thing?
No.
I'm
I'm just gonna show.
Oh, you just got some of it in the background. So he said some stuff. He opened up for SNL, and was talking about some of the Kanye, Kyrie Irving, stuff.
Yeah.
With some of Kanye and Kyrie's comments about Jewish people and the Jews in general.
What about the Jews?
A lot of anti-Semitic stuff that they said, and he was just talking about how, there's they seem to have a certain idea,
Yeah.
right, which may have roots somewhere, but it's not right to be anti-Semitic. Obviously, they shouldn't be saying what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then he talked a little bit about some politics, some Donald Trump stuff. Some really solid humor through there in some really serious topics. Some really solid humor as well.
It well presented.
Everything you can expect from Dave Chappelle. And what I ultimately got from this is that Dave seems to value free speech.
Yeah.
He understands
Yeah,
that
he's a comedian.
he understands that there's certain things you shouldn't say, right? But he also, he says at the end, I wish I didn't have to be afraid to talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause it sometimes feels like people nowadays are afraid to say stuff.
You feel like someone's watching you.
Yeah, and then at the end he's like, what did he say at the end?
I didn't quite get to the end. But...
He said, I don't want to say anything that people might come after me, whoever they are, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you guys think of this whole thing?
I thought it's masterfully crafted. It moves at a pace that we've gotten used to with all of his specials, his Instagram specials that he throws up that are more this length. I think the last time, this is his third major appearance on SNL opening up the show. And the first one in a while before that was when Trump won the election, right as he won the election. So this is kind of a big moment. Every time it feels like we need to hit the ground running in a new season of life with some good advice that we're not gonna take that advice.
Yeah.
He always
From
shows
Chappelle?
up. You know what I mean?
I have two things I want to say. One is, we can get into this in a second, but I heard that there was some people that kind of went on strike at SNL and said, we're not going to be part of the show. They kind of took a stance against Dave Chappelle a little bit.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
I don't know all of it, so I don't want to really go into it that much, but I heard there was some people who worked there that were like, we're not going to be part of the show because we don't want to talk about this. But
Interesting.
And honestly, like, we see that everywhere.
yeah,
But also SNL kind of sucks in general nowadays. Comedy is pathetic. Everybody they have on there is pathetic. Nobody can deliver comedy. Nobody can write comedy on SNL. They're dying, and they should have died years ago.
yeah.
That's my hot take.
That's pretty hot.
That is not even a hot take. That the only reason
It's pretty harsh.
the only SNL thing I've seen is this in recent years that I turned on and watched.
Also, you were talking about Dave Chappelle's kind of how he does his stand-up. I heard somebody actually today talking about how Dave Chappelle in the stand-up world is almost like jazz, how he performs like jazz, like very like slow but very, and I actually can understand that. I can't see the jazz, but I'm like, that is kind of like jazz with his stand-up.
And Dave can get political, but he never really makes you feel, even if your ideas or your position is opposing to his, he never makes you feel less.
Yeah.
By thinking a certain way.
He's not insulting.
He's not insulting. He just has his own kind of ideas of things, and he feels like he has a right to say what he thinks, and that other people have a right to say what they think.
Absolutely.
Even if they're wrong, right?
Yeah.
So, it's interesting to see this kind of stuff play out.
And the big question before we move on to the next Dave news: do you think that Dave Chappelle is going to, at some point, hit a wall? He's already been kind of canceled with The Closer, the special that he did on Netflix. A lot of people had a problem with that. A lot of people had a problem with his specials previously. Is he this close to truly not being able to come back into the entertainment world, like being invited on SNL or being able to work with Netflix?
Oh, I absolutely think that this could be one of his last big appearances on mainstream Hollywood type stuff.
So if you want to see him, it's going to be like instant.
I don't think it's going to be the last, but I think it's
he has way too many fans that think he's the GOAT.
Yeah, he is.
But there's so much. The problem is, like, we all enjoy Dave Chappelle. We don't have a problem with him. However, the people that really hate him, like, really fight hard, and we just don't have the energy or the passion to match their level.
So here's the issue with that is the trend we are seeing is that the general populace is becoming more and more kind of tired of a lot of the narratives that Hollywood is pushing, and a lot of those same narratives they've pushed onto Dave Chappelle, right? So usually anybody that kind of stuff happens to, when the general audience gets a hold of that, it's like, no, we ought to stand up for people like Dave Chappelle. So I think going forward in the future, more and more people will stand behind him and support him, and to keep him, able to do his specials. Even people who disagree with him, I think, will champion his right to do his comedy his way.
Yeah.
So, and I'm hoping we see a lot more of that from other comedians, and I'm hoping we kind of see a shift away from political narratives.
Yeah. Definitely.
We shouldn't be having to deal with that in entertainment.
That's true.
So,
before we move on, I just want to say, leave a comment. Let us know what you think thus far. If you watched the Dave bit on SNL, what you thought of it. Did it make you laugh? Did it make you upset? Let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts, as well as go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the bell so you get notified whenever we come out with new content. We would greatly appreciate it.
That's right.
Yeah. So, what's next?
Batista, are we playing this video with sound or no?
So I think first intro it. Yeah, we are playing it with sound, I think.
So Dave Batista, what I know, he was teasing on Twitter. He's like, I want to be in Gears of War, and he threw up a few things.
Well, Netflix, first off, is making a live-action Gears of War.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a big deal. I believe Dave Batista did some work for Gears of War in the past for like the game and such. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So So I think it's just an obvious choice. He's been invested in this story and this project for a while. So I think that's...
Are you guys familiar with Gears of War?
Just
a little
the soundtrack.
bit. A little bit.
Are you like the gameplay or anything? Have you seen the dudes in Gears of War?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big, massive, huge dudes. Dave Batista is the perfect him.
They'll probably
guys
end
like
up doing
him,
like The Rock. or
Guys like
something.
The Rock. Those are the big, huge, bald guys. Are the guys that need to be in this kind of you
Can't
you don't
like pick up a chainsaw in Gears of War and just like saw people in half.
your gun has a chainsaw on it, like a bayonet, and you plunge it into monsters and you tear them in half. I've done it.
They're the Locust Horde, correct?
Yeah. I've been in Gears of War. I haven't played all the way
You've been
through,
in.
but I've fought. I've chainsawed some things.
I've been in like I don't know.
Let's go ahead and react to this little
video.
thing he put up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Basically, a calling card to Netflix, being like, "Hey, if you're gonna cast somebody,
Hey.
Do I need headphones for
Hey
this?
over there.
Yeah,
Hey.
we need
Okay.
headphones.
Yeah,
Mine
let's
are-
pop some headphones on.
And we'll let's enjoy
Play
this.
it. Yeah, play it. Very cool. Yeah. Get a minute, man.
This is my kind of.
Oh.
Did he have the suit made?
I don't know, but I love every second of it. I want more of that.
I
Yeah.
can't stop
Here,
it.
Let's hold
Pause-
on. Let's
stop it.
I want to run it through and have it like paused on his turnaround
Yeah.
right here.
Sick.
That is awesome, you guys. That's so cool.
It is pretty cool.
I want to see. Look,
You guys, it's
I
so
just
cool.
Listen, I just watched 300 for the first time the other night.
Oh,
Yeah.
free! You did?
I've never felt more masculine. I've never wanted to be more, I never wanted to get into the gym harder than watching that movie.
You always bashed it and said, "I don't want to watch a super
Look,
stylized film."
I've learned a little bit about 300. I learned that it's based on a graphic novel.
Yeah.
And looking at some of the images from the graphic novel and then watching the movie,
You can appreciate.
I can appreciate it because I love graphic novels. I love comics and manga. I love the way that they look and they feel. And the movie, you can pause it on
Captured it.
almost every frame, and it looks like
Yeah.
the graphic novel. It's very
Should,
epic. I don't
yes.
like the specific color grading, and I'm not a huge Zack Snyder fan.
Yeah.
But I think that the movie is a good homage to the graphic novel.
You should be like Joe Rogan and just put it on as you're running on the treadmill and just watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it feels really cool, very masculine, and
We should talk about this though.
we need some more masculine stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dude, Gears
Yes,
of War is
but-
masculine.
Absolutely.
But
But
are they gonna make it as like a Halo? Because that was terrible.
we don't need any Halo. We don't.
No, we
need-
want Halo, but we need a good Halo, not
No,
what
okay,
Paramount tried to do with Halo.
Multiple productions for Halo have attempted.
Mhm.
Paramount got the furthest down the road,
And
Yeah.
did the
and
worst.
nothing works. You're not ever gonna make Halo fans happy
Yeah.
with anything that's gonna
Halo
come out
2.
of the film industry.
Halo
okay, so
2.
just stop trying. to do that.
I just, this is the kind of video game IP that can really work. Hardcore action, good story beats, big, huge, buff dudes who are dealing with the craziest stuff you can imagine. How does that mess
That's
with your
cool.
psyche? How does that mess with who you are? How does
Yeah.
that define what a warrior is? There's big ladies in this.
Yeah.
Who's a big lady?
Brienne.
Dude,
of-
she could be in that.
of
The first person
Brienne
that
of
comes,
Tarth from
I don't
Game
know
of
that
Thrones.
actress.
the lady who comes to my mind is Gina Carano, because she's
Carano?
she's that
She's
big
been
athletic.
blacklisted though.
She has, but
Toronto, which was she
Gina
in?
Carano,
She
was
played in Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. She's
Oh,
the only person
oh.
I could think of that fits that frame.
Yeah,
she would
know?
fit it nicely.
I could see her doing something. Any number of women that have that body type,
Yeah.
these big, strong, athletic. That was the video game. That's what I want to see.
Sick.
I'm excited.
Look, I am too.
Why just likes those thick women?
Hey, you know, I want to choke me.
What?
Give me in a chokehold.
I just watched a documentary. Never mind. I'm not gonna get onto that.
All right.
No.
Wait, hold on. What
We got to know
documentary
about
did
your
you watch?
documentary now.
Okay, it was about this. The documentary was about this woman who killed her husband, and they were both bodybuilders.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, no.
She killed her Valentine's Day, 1995, or she killed him, and it told her story, and she got involved in this like flirt with pornographic industry videos where they weren't naked, they were just wearing their bodybuilding show off clothes, like their bathing suits stuff. And then they would go, like, men would pay for them to come and men would pay for them to come visit them and then like put them in chokeholds and stuff.
Wait,
like,
how did she kill her husband?
They would film it, and they would also pay for the videos.
Yeah,
but they weren't naked, just kind of close.
How did she kill her husband? Did she like
shotgun?
Oh, because I was imagining like she got his head in like a thigh hole and just
did the watermelon crush?
Just crushed it.
Did the watermelon crush?
Shotgun. Yeah. They had two. She had two kids, and it was their stepdad.
That's kind of sad.
They were both hopped up on steroids.
Yeah, I imagine.
Let's go ahead and move to this next news with Ana De Armas. But first,
speaking of thigh, wait, huh?
I wanted to say, but first, if you're enjoying this kind of conversation, this kind of content, we have a podcast, all kinds of stuff. But I want to really just point out our Patreon. If you go to Patreon and just search Wiseworks or the link in the description, you can select a tier that best fits your content needs, but you get to see more of us exclusively and early content as well. Yeah. So we would love it if you go join our Patreon. Links in the description. Thank you so much for considering.
No.
We would see you over there.
I don't want Ana De Armas to crush my head like a watermelon with her thighs.
No.
I want Keanu Reeves to crush my head like a watermelon.
Okay, so basically what is happening from what this article says. Can you read the headline first, Wyatt, just to jog my memory?
Let's see. What is
Scroll
the
up.
headline?
Scroll up.
Oh. Keanu Reeves to co-star in John Wick spin-off Ballet. You can read the whole thing with me? Spin-off Ballerina and more movie news.
Okay. So, from what I understand is they are filming a female John Wick universe version.
Yeah.
Starring Ana De Armas. And Keanu Reeves as John Wick is going to co-star in it. Apparently the time frame lines up to where this is supposed to take place before the first John Wick. So we're going to see John Wick in his traditional, like, early John Wick days when he was still in the
maybe still learning,
still in the game. You know what I mean?
Have they been
Before
in something
the
together?
Dog.
Yes. Oh yeah, they did. I watched it. It was that one where
I know the one. Knock knock.
Knock knock.
Yeah, that was
don't
the one.
recommend that.
I don't
film.
recommend that either. Some solid memes for that movie though. Really good.
I think I
ones.
know what you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
The memes, he's like buried, and he's
that's
like
the end of
forced
the
to
film.
watch something on the phone. The memes for that are really solid.
I'm not a Keanu fan.
You're weird.
Keanu's a good dude. Why would you not be a fan?
I mean, I don't know him personally, but
look, I always found
never...
his acting kind of, it's never been like outstanding to me, except in Bill and Ted. Thought he was fantastic and hilarious.
Never seen Bill and Ted, so
he was great in Speed. I thought he was just halfway decent. Good actor, good protagonist in Speed.
Yeah.
But he's, and Neo was cool. He has always kind of played a similar type vibe.
Yeah.
And I liked him as John Wick because he was quiet. He was mysterious.
I mean,
he spoke with his fists.
Yeah.
Even what's the most recent Keanu movie I watched? Point Break.
Point Break, yes, same kind of thing.
He was like, okay. I was more interested in
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze, yeah.
Patrick Swayze was the star of that movie.
Yes.
You know something? Have you ever heard? When did you watch Point Break?
Like probably 2 weeks ago.
That
for
thing
the first time
where they jump out of the airplane.
Yeah.
Swayze really did that.
Yeah.
he like the stunt coordinator said no, that you guys aren't allowed to do that. It's too dangerous.
And they did it. And
So
they jumped a couple times.
Yeah, Swayze
They jumped a couple times.
grabbed either one of the
In the
other
movie.
stunt coordinators or something and jumped out of that airplane. It
That's
was
sick.
awesome.
Let me ask you guys this: a new film in the John Wick universe, starring Anna, called Ballerina.
Mhm.
Does this make you excited, or does it make you feel like not sure if this is what we need or what we're looking for with entertainment? Like this just feels like another thing on the pile.
I have no problem with Ana De Armas. I think she's made some fantastic films, but I don't want to see. We saw this with the female version of Ghostbusters, the female version of Ocean's 11. We don't need the male and female version of anything.
So-
Just make something different with Ana De Armas.
So I would agree, except those movies were more like replacing. It felt like those were like trying to replace the original movie. This is like they've already
Totally different
established.
thing.
They've already established in this world that there are certain organizations that are training up, people to be assassins, right?
Mhm.
So she would be a very kind of like Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow style character.
So don't make a John Wick
She
Keanu.
would
Just
be
make her
kinda
own
like
thing.
Kind of like a Angelina Jolie Salt
Right.
character.
See,
Yeah.
like,
Which
and,
we all love Salt.
and they mentioned the movie Blonde. I feel like it works in universe. If they were trying to replace. They were like, oh, she's the new John Wick, but they're not. They're just saying she is another assassin. I think it works. I think it's fine. And she's obviously not going to be the same as him.
Yeah.
You can't take a woman who's 120 pounds soaking wet, and make her the same as.
Yeah.
No, I
Keanu
don't know.
Reeves,
She's
who's a
not
big dude.
120.
No,
but
No, but
Did
she's
you
a
guys-
small woman.
If you guys follow her on Instagram, she is posting some training stuff.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, like just work.
Give me 1 second.
No, I
No,
think
okay.
I think she posted something like a little silly video with her trainer, like
Mhm.
practice fighting and stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's on the move. I think this has potential to be fun. I liked her in the most recent. I think it was James Bond. Was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
freaking good. What are you both giggling about?
Well,
over
you
there?
said
she's
they're
on
on
the
the
move.
move, and you know who else is on the move?
Aslan is on
We
the
both
move.
were thinking the same thing.
Well,
we
I can't
both
give
were
up
thinking
that
the same
transition.
thing.
So then let's get to this then.
Oh,
Go
man.
ahead.
Aslan is on the move.
Yeah, so moving on from Ballerina, we have Netflix eyeing Greta Gerwig to direct the Chronicles of Narnia movie.
So we've known for a little
She
bit
look
that
like she's in the
Netflix.
Frozen universe.
Yeah, she does. She
Netflix
looks like Adele Dazeem.
Yeah.
Netflix purchased the rights to Narnia a minute ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
quite
we
a
got
while.
we got some poster art to get fans hype and then silence all the way through COVID. You
Yeah.
haven't heard a dang thing. Now
Which
we
might
get
be smart.
Well-
If they held off filming,
probably.
if they just held on to the rights and didn't film through COVID, that might be smart.
But now articles are starting to pop up, which means there's buzz.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, what it was, because I did a little bit of research on this for a podcast episode. Didn't think there was enough to put in a podcast. But back in April of this year, I'm pretty sure, got a producer for it,
Okay.
and now they're getting a director. Apparently,
Well,
there's rumors of her directing.
they're eyeing her as a director. Now I want you to flip over to the next tab and check out her directing credits and ask yourself, is this a good pick?
Let's see, what is she
What?
been in? Let's
Barbie?
see, director.
She has 4 directing credits.
Lady Bird, Little Women.
Look at the next.
Nights and Weekends. I don't know what that is.
And then all the next stuff is just TV shorts.
Hannah.
Also, the
didn't I say
Barbie-
Hannah oh no. That's
Also, the
different Hannah.
Barbie film that's
Yeah.
coming out.
But it's all kind of. It's not fantasy. Is that?
None of
Yeah,
this is, like,
fantasy.
high fantasy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So why would Netflix be eyeing her to direct this?
Just because she's directing, though, doesn't mean she couldn't get with a really good writer, and
she has zero
to do the screenplay and it be good.
She has zero experience with action. which is a big part of the Narnia franchise.
And high fantasy.
And high fantasy. I mean, the closest thing she has is a timepiece with Little Women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that doesn't work in high fantasy because it's not historical. It takes inspiration from
Seems like a lot of her
historical,
stuff is
medieval
historical. It's historical.
Those are her acting
Dramas.
credits.
Yeah.
We're talking about her being a director of the Narnia franchise that Netflix is trying to put out. This doesn't look like a good sign to me. And Netflix, if you're searching the internet getting fans' thoughts on this, go with a hard no.
Yeah.
She needs a better portfolio before she gets this role. Narnia, it's going to be like the Rings of Power all over again.
Well,
Narnia is too beloved, especially by evangelicals.
Yeah.
If you screw up Narnia for the Christians, you're done. You know what
I
mean?
I will say this though. So nothing's been confirmed, but this is all speculations of the fan speculations. When Netflix bought the rights, they said they were going to be creating films and episodic series. So what people are speculating is Netflix is going to try to do like a season per book, maybe. So we might see like start off with Magician's Nephew as season 1, and then The Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe is season 2, is what they're speculating.
Yeah.
So her being the director doesn't mean that's what she's going to be directing fully. When they're doing episodic things, they could have episodes for certain people and her be more of the executive director, or the, I don't even know what you'd call that, but
I would like somebody who has some better credentials than this.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, oh, I worked with Peter Jackson on Lord of the Rings. I worked on the original Narnia movies.
Yeah, who's the guy with the long hair?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yep. Jared Leto.
No. I gotta
Jason Momoa.
Oh, heck yeah. Jason got his hair cut for climate change.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Hemsworth?
You're asking who's
Keanu
the
Reeves.
long-haired fella?
No. I've got this. I gotta look this up. I'll look it up on my phone.
All right.
It's gonna be easier to look up.
I don't know who would be a good director for this. But I'm also not well in the industry. I don't have people's phone numbers. I don't have lists of people.
No.
But I can probably spend one day doing a lot of Google searches and find out like a couple great candidates.
You've seen the Little Women movie. How did that compare?
I'm not saying her films are bad.
No. I know, but Little Women is also based off of a book.
Yeah.
How did it compare?
This dude,
to the book.
This dude, he was the director for what's his name? Andrew
Adamson?
Yeah, Andrew Adamson.
Hold it up.
Let me go to a
Hold it up for the
pic-
camera, Joshua.
Well, you can't really
Hold his
see a
picture
good
up.
picture of him.
Yeah, you can see him just fine.
All right, but what has he worked on?
He worked on Narnia.
So he worked on the original, the Disney
okay.
one.
the Disney Narnias.
Yeah, the Disney Narnias. So he's produced a lot more than directed, it looks like. But directed.
But
okay, no.
if
Here we
we're
go.
being honest,
He's done
though-
Shrek the Third. He did the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. He did all 3. He did Shrek Forever After. He did Puss in Boots. He did a 21 Pilot. Wait, no.
21 points.
Yeah, 20 points. I think.
All right, so he's done some stuff.
Yeah.
I'd like to see his involvement,
Yeah.
in the project. But, I really would like somebody who has a history with adapting books to movies or with adapting stuff or somebody who knows. I would want somebody who knows the source material and is openly saying, I am going to respect the source material.
Yep.
Because we, Netflix, I mean, they insulted the anime fans with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Prime has insulted the Lord of the Rings fans.
Yeah.
Well.
Disney's insulted Star Wars fans and Marvel fans.
Yeah.
Do we really need the Narnia, Christian Narnian fans upset? I mean, how many people are we going to alienate?
Freaking tread lightly, because the only people that haven't completely pissed us off is HBO.
Yeah. I mean, the only
Well,
yeah.
they didn't piss us off with House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon was
Not yet.
fantastic, but
A little bit with the end of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, but they've made a conscious effort to get that audience back.
Yes.
Right? I don't know.
I don't know either.
We'll see.
Any final thoughts before we end this video tonight?
not really.
I don't really have any other news.
Yeah.
All right.
If you have any, Daves in your life or any film news that you want to talk about, comment down below.
Yeah.
And if you like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you're going to be recommended another video of ours right after this. So go check it out.